Hi, this is Paul Begley. You know what? It's crazy. I mean, two earthquakes back to back just off the coast of Indonesia, on the eastern part of Indonesia. Two of them? The first one was 7.2. The second one, 6.6. I mean, this is major earthquakes about 18 to 20 miles just off the shore of Indonesia. And they say it was about 18 miles deep in the ocean. Now, that could create a tsunami, but of course, the more shallow the earthquake, the higher chance of a tsunami. So it looks like that it was deep enough that not a major tsunami. I'm sure there were some waves that were no doubt were the aftermath of this. There was probably some waves in the ocean, but there is no tsunami because the earthquake was so deep. But here's the key question. Why? Why two? And why two in a row within a matter of about an hour or so? The first one 7.2, the second one 6.6. The Bible says in Matthew 24, they asked Jesus a question. The disciples came to him while he was sitting on the Mount of Olives, and they came to him and said, "Tell us, when shall these things be? What shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world?" And isn't that the question everybody asks? When's the world going to end? When do you think the world's coming in? You know, and then we've had movies, we've had motion pictures of different types, documentaries, you know, anything and everything. There's been soothsayers, crystal ball gazers, fortune tellers, slick-haired preachers, car salesmen. Just about everybody's got their opinion. But let's see what the Bible says. The Bible says, "And Jesus answered, said unto them," this is Matthew 24, "Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars, and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence, and earthquakes in divers places," different places. "But all these are the beginning of sorrow." We have this superbug resistant virus, a bacteria. It's a bacteria that's resistant to antibiotics floating around out there. H1N1 hit us last year. There's cholera right now in Nigeria. There's a lot of disease, malaria, and all types of diseases from the floods in Pakistan that's affecting them greatly. 20% of the world doesn't have clean drinking water. We have wars going on right now. Afghanistan, Iraq, different places of the world are in conflicts. Of course, Uganda and Somalia, they're at odds. North Korea, South Korea, they're at odds. Israel and Palestine, they're at odds. Israel and Lebanon's at odds. Israel and Syria's at odds. Israel and Egypt's at odds. Everybody's at odds with Israel, although Israel is just sitting there. But that's another subject. They're just trying to defend the land that God promised them. We're living in a world of turmoil that's turned upside down. America wants to be the 12th nation in the world to have gay marriage. Argentina just did it. You know, abortion hit 50 million babies in America since 1973, legally murdered, and the silent cry continues and nobody seems to care. I just think that Jesus said, and then we have this Muslim jihad, this radical Islamic jihad, where the radical Muslims, using under the guise of terrorist groups, whether it be Al-Qaeda, Hamas, Hezbollah, the PLO, Al-Shabaab, the Taliban, it doesn't matter. They're all the same, and that is jihadists who hate America, they hate Israel, they hate Christianity, they hate the Jews, they hate Western democracy and freedom of speech. And so why not have a couple earthquakes today? God is constantly just shaking us. I mean, if you think about all the earthquakes this year, they're in different places everywhere. And I know that some of you that are watching right now, some of you that are scientific, you can put a spin on exactly why and how the earth is in the condition it's in scientifically. And I won't argue with you, because science is of God. The question is, who is shaking the earth? I mean, I believe in, you believe the earth's shaking, but do you know who's shaking it? I mean, that's the question. So, and if he hasn't shook you yet, if he hasn't spoken to you yet about your soul and your life and your eternity and where you're going to spend it, it's time to realize Jesus prophesied the very things that are happening. And I didn't even mention the BP oil spill and the water turned red as blood and the fish floating up. We won't even talk about it. I'm Paul Begley. Will we have more earthquakes in the next day or two?